Seahawks game is still going on. There's like 6 minutes left in the fourth, but this game is basically over. Bucks just turned it over on a fourth down in the end zone. Brady was sacked. Then he was, incomplete, and it's basically over. It's 31-6 right now. Thankfully I watched all these games, but 2 this week. I watched, the only games I didn't see was the Bengals game and the Dolphins game, but all the rest of them I did watch. I'm not gonna pull up the spreadsheet or anything this week because there was only 6 games, right? So it's not really, I don't need to, keep track or anything this week, but 6 games. We'll start with Seahawks-Niners. I'm a Seahawks fan, obviously. I didn't really expect us to win this game. I mean, I predicted that we'd lose it. I was hoping we would, and that first half we did look good. Like, in the first half of this game, it kind of felt like we were right there with San Francisco for most of it. Our defensive pressure was really getting to Purdy, it felt like. And then at the end of the first, Geno Smith, he's running, goes into a slide, takes a late hit on the slide. Seahawks hit a field goal to go up, I think by 1 at the end of the half, but the entire second half of this game was just all Niners. This game really, to me, just demonstrated the biggest weakness for the Seahawks this year, which has been our defense all season long. The defense just has not been good enough, and with Brooks out injured, we had a lot of defensive players hurt, but even when they were healthy, they weren't great. So with a top 5 pick this year, hopefully, this draft, we just go all defense and O-line pretty much, because it feels like the offense is there. DK looked great this game. Walker's amazing. Geno had a good game. So, the offense, it feels like the offense is good enough. It's the defense right now that's the issue for Seattle. So, I mean, I'm hopeful that next season, if they have a good draft, they can get back into things. Have a good showing in the playoffs. But, obviously time is to tell. It sounds like the Seahawks want to lock up Geno Smith on a multi-year contract, so it seems like Geno Smith will be the starter for the next few seasons. We'll see if that is the case, but all the relevant parties all seem to want to keep him in Seattle, so I guess we'll see. In this one, Geno goes 25 for 35, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Brock Purdy goes 18 for 30, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The defense really let the offense down in this one. And speaking of bad defense, Chargers versus Jaguars, this game, man, this is one of those games, kind of like the Falcons-Patriots game, that people are going to talk about forever, at least for the next decade, if you're a Chargers fan. Man, I'm not really a Chargers fan, but I'm a Herbert fan, because I'm, a Ducks fan, so, I was kind of pulling for the Chargers to win this, even though I did pick the Jaguars to win in my prediction. And, going into the second half, it looked like this game was going to be all LA. They were absolutely rolling. The ground game was just absolutely punishing the Jags, and the ground game being so good opened up the passing lanes. And it was just a great half for the Chargers, 17-7, or 27-7, going into the half, and then they that's kind of the way this, 27-point lead, right? And they completely choke away that lead. They led by 27-0 at one point. Jags get a touchdown to end the first half, but even then, right, it's 27-7. You know, the Chargers are still firmly in the driver's seat. Just keep doing what you're doing, and let's get this thing done. But then the second half came out, and the thing that I was really concerned about with the Chargers, which was their defense, and the fact that their defense has been, mediocre at best basically all season, even with all the money they sunk into trying to upgrade their defense. That reared its ugly head in the second half, and the defensive coverages were just so bad. Wide open receivers for the Jags, they were just playing really loose coverage, like a lot, giving guys all day to get open. Lawrence really wasn't pressured in the second half, but in the first half he really was. Lawrence was turning the ball over a lot. Trevor Lawrence had 4 interceptions, and the Jaguars still won this game. I can't think of any other NFL game in recent memory where a quarterback had 4 interceptions and their team still won the game. If you can think of something similar, please let me know, but I really can't think of anything. Yeah, this one, 31-30 in favor of the Jags. Absolutely massive comeback. You had to feel gutted for the Chargers, especially because they had that missed field goal that if that field goal was made, they're not even in this situation, right? They would have still won by 2. So that missed field goal is everything there. Although honestly, the defense should never put the kicker into like the situation where the game is completely on whether or not he can make a field goal in the fourth quarter. Like, they had a 27-point lead. You have to imagine there's going to be a coaching change. At the very least, the defensive coordinator needs to go after a game like this, man. Herbert went 25 for 43, 273 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Trevor Lawrence in the win goes 28 for 47, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. It feels like a Jameis Winston game or something, right? Like Jameis Winston from 3 years ago or something would have a game like that. 4 touchdowns, 4 picks. Now this is the game that I was not able to watch. The Ravens-Bengals game. Cincinnati was a 7.5 point favorite. They win by 7. Those lines are good. Especially because, what's that do? Yeah, they missed that first extra point. I was kind of wondering how they got to that 24 score. I was like, that's a little weird. They got the first extra point was no good, and they get a 2-point, and then they get an extra point at the end on a defensive fumble return touchdown. So someone who fumbles. Huntley fumbles, gives up the ball, and then, oh wow, he got sacked at the 2-yard line. So he was way back. Huntley, that's a big fumble to give up right there at the end of the game, because it was tied up until that point, so that's basically the game right there. Just to give an update, 3rd and 10. The Buccaneers are in the red zone on the Cowboys in 19, 31-6, 2:58 left. I think even if they score here, it's still over, but maybe we'll look back over the course of this video. You'll see this game change, but I think it's too late. Final score 24-17. Like I said, Tyler Huntley goes 17 for 29, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Joe Burrow goes 23 for 32, 209 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Great game from Tyler Huntley right here. Fantastic game from him. He was basically kept him in it till that end with the fumble. And you have Lamar Jackson right now, who still does not have a contract as far as I'm aware. And I've seen like a little bit of noise about him maybe wanting to go to Miami, although I think he probably will ultimately stay in Baltimore, but we'll see. Dolphins, Bills. This is another one I missed, and I'm kind of upset that I did miss it because this game is way closer than I expected. The Bills, they win this one by 3, 34-31, but I mean, the reason I didn't watch this one is I thought this was going to be an absolute blowout by the Bills. And it kind of was early, 14-0 in the first, but then Miami gets 17 off of a touchdown and a 2-point and 3 field goals in the second. Then the third quarter, Josh Allen gets sacked, and then the fumble is returned for a touchdown. That's rough. That's rough. And Josh Allen had 2 interceptions, man. I definitely missed a good game. Not like a good level of play, I don't think, but this was a lot closer than anyone expected it to be, especially because like Buffalo was a 14-point favorite here. They won by 3, and they were a 14-point favorite. Man, Skylar Thompson goes 18 for 45, 220 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks. Nobody really expected Skylar Thompson to be great this game, but honestly, those picks are a little rough, but, he got his team within 3 points of beating the Buffalo Bills, who many people have as one of, if not the best team in the league. Josh Allen goes 23 for 39, 352 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's Josh. Okay, now to a game I did watch, and the only prediction I got wrong. I went 5 for 6 this week. Giants-Vikings. And one of you, I forget, I don't know your name, but one of you was like, man, like, was kind of clowning on me for picking the Vikings. And I was like, man, they're a 3-point Vegas favorite. They're at home, and they were one of the best regular season teams. But the Giants, they showed up. 31-24 is your final score, and this game was kind of interesting because the passing for the Vikings just really wasn't there outside of Hawkinson. TJ Hawkinson was getting wide open, he was getting yards, but Justin Jefferson was like invisible this game, and it was really weird. I felt like he didn't make any big plays this game. Maybe I'm forgetting something, and he did, but I can't remember any big plays that he made this whole game. What's happening right now? The game is like completely stopped for like absolute like minutes. Like it's been 2:55 for like every time I refresh it, they're stuck at 3rd and 10. So I don't know what's happening, if there's an injury or something. But the Tampa game just like isn't moving. Hold on, hold on. I'm sorry, this is like very unprofessional. I think something might be happening in real time here, so I'm just gonna keep recording and we'll just figure this out together. I'm gonna pull up a stream here, make sure my sound's off. What's happening? Pull up the stream. Yeah, 3rd and 10, 2:55. All the players are off the field. Oh man, there's a lot of people huddled around the field. The injury card's out. All the medical staff is out right now. Is this something like, what's happening right here? This looks like it could be a pretty serious injury. this is probably just, man, you just kind of think the worst after what happened earlier this year, but, okay, it looks like they're trying to get him up onto the stretcher. The players are all kind of pulling away, moving out. You just have the medical team. I think it's a Buccaneers player based on everyone's expressions and like who's on the field right now. People are saying it was a neck injury. There's like chat on the website that I'm watching the stream on, and people are saying it was a neck injury. Interesting. Okay, I think he's okay though. I don't think this is and they just cut the commercial. Alright. Giants Vikings. Sorry, I just needed to kind of figure out what was going on there. Like I said, the Kirk Cousins was not able to really find Justin Jefferson all night, it felt like. And then at the end of the game, especially like the fourth quarter, Kirk Cousins was not performing well under pressure, and that last throw where I think it was like 4th and long, and he just does like a little 3-yard check down pass, like with the game on the line. Like, Kirk Cousins just looked checked out this game. He looked nervous. But I mean, I have to hand it to New York. They were killing it all night. Hodgkins was really good, and they definitely deserved the win. I was shocked. The Vikings have been, a top 5 team in the league, maybe even a top 3 team in the league throughout this entire regular season, and then they looked like a completely different team this game, honestly. And I saw some stat that like they were 11-0 in games that were decided by a single score, and this is a game decided by a single score. So the thing they were best at all season long, which was winning close games, is the thing that sinks them at the end of the year. Actually, let me go back to that. Daniel Jones goes 24 for 35, 301 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Kirk Cousins goes 31 for 39, 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. So both quarterbacks, statistically performed well, but like I said, whenever Kirk was getting pressured, he just wasn't making the right reads. He was, he threw a lot of short little check down passes. I think the Vikings had one play when they were like down where they ran a screen pass like 2 plays in a row. So just a lot of things like that where, his completions look good, his yardage looks good, but the play calling was just weird. And finally, we have the Cowboys-Bucks game. Buccaneers just scored. 2:04 left in the fourth. It's now 31-14. I was originally just going to talk about this right now because I thought the game was over. But it's 31-14. It's still... Was it taken off? Hold on, I just went back down to 31-6. Was it taken off? No, it's 31-14. So the 2-point attempt succeeded. So I was originally just gonna release this while this game is still going on and be like, sorry, no stats. But now it looks like there might be something here, so I'm gonna pause the recording. There's like 2 minutes left of this game, but we all know it's gonna take like, 30 without the NFL is. So I'm gonna pause the recording and we're gonna watch the end of this game, and then I will come back and talk about it. Alright, that one is now over. I mean, it's not over, there's a minute 12 left, but like literally the minute I paused the recording, Buccaneers recovered an onside kick. Then Tom Brady threw a deep ball, which is rare for him, to a wide open Mike Evans, and Mike Evans he had it in the breadbasket and he dropped it. So then Brady gets sacked, and then they go out there. So 31-14 is probably your final score. It might change a little bit, obviously. Yeah, man, Brady was feeling that pressure all night. All night long, man. Like, every time Parsons was coming in, like, Brady just got real nervous. He threw a red zone interception to Curse. Like, Tom Brady hasn't thrown a red zone interception in, I can't even remember how long. Like, Tom Brady just does not do that, and he got picked off in the end zone by Curse. Cowboys were running all over the Bucs, too. It felt like every time the Cowboys were running, they were just, getting what they wanted. They were getting first downs. They were getting everything. Yeah, so that's actually final then. That is... Google has it as the final score. Dak Prescott goes 25 for 33, 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. And I think he also got a rushing touchdown as well. Yeah, he had 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. One of those, that CeeDee Lamb touchdown, and the 4th was just nasty. Then the Buccaneers, with their 14 points, Tom Brady goes 35 for 66, 351 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Also shout out Tony Pollard for the Cowboys. Pollard was killing them all game long on the ground. But man, can we talk about Brett Maher? Brett Maher went 0 for 4 on the first 4 extra point attempts. He only got an extra point attempt. His first one on the fifth attempt. At the end of the game, the 4th quarter, so he went 1 for 5 on extra points this game. I'm not really sure. I can't think of any time a kicker has been replaced in the middle of the playoffs if they're healthy, but it's very possible that he does not play the Cowboys next game. I wouldn't play him. He missed 4 extra points this game. But yeah, hats off to the Cowboys. The Buccaneers have been shaky at best all season. I've been very critical of the Buccaneers. It feels like they did not keep a competitive team together, even though they had Tom Brady, and getting rid of their last head coach was obviously a big error that they did not have to make, an unforced error. Some people were saying Tom Brady's going to retire after this game. I don't buy that for a second. In my opinion, Tom Brady is going to Miami or he's going to Las Vegas. I don't think he's retiring. I just can't see that. But great game by the Cowboys. And a great, exciting wild card round. We had that big comeback win. We had, a lot of underdogs winning. You have a bunch of fresh young faces. The Giants made the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. There's some really exciting storylines around this year's playoffs right now. And this was a great wild card round. Wednesday we're going to have our predictions for the next round go up, but I went 5-6. For the wild card. So I was 83% correct. I was 83% correct this week on my predictions. upset about that at all. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this round, the wild card round. Very exciting. I know I have a lot of Giants fans in my comments, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys celebrating in there. Right now, my two rooting interests in the playoffs are probably the Jags and the Giants. My Seahawks are out, so those are the two teams I'd like to see win right now. Either the Jags or the Giants. Those are my feel-good stories for me personally. Underdog teams, stuff like that. That's the kind of teams I root for. So, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.